Hey, good morning, friends. How are you? You must have heard about this thought of Bob Proctor. He said the fear of making a decision is the result of fearing to make a mistake. Right? We generally sometimes don't take decision because we think that we might get wrong there. Right? But the truth is, fear of mistakes has a greater impact on you than making the mistakes. So people who didn't fear out of mistake, you'll see they are more successful than people who are fearing from mistake, right? Just see anyone's story, any successful story. He might have done so many mistakes, and after doing those mistakes on mistakes, he stacked all those mistakes, and then finally he was able to decide, right? So your decision making will involve all the mistakes. We can't just fear from it and don't do anything and get into that inaction mode, right? So that this is what we are going to talk about today. My name is Vineet, and I have almost 18 years of experience in corporate, and I've come from a small place called Samastipur in Bihar, and been here in Bangalore since 5 years. And yeah, this is about me. So making decisions are generally very terrifying, isn't it? And we are always afraid of whether I'll be right. You might be seeing in the movie sometimes, right? When even they want to propose someone, they'll take a flower. मेरी है मेरी नहीं है मेरी है मेरी नहीं है, right? So many weird things do people do to just to decide, right? So today you are going to hear from some amazing panelists we have here who are going to share their experience, share their knowledge which they have learned from last workshop in Peak Impact Mentorship, which is run by my mentor, whose name is Vijay, who is also a founder of this organization. And we are running 32 book clubs under that. And one of this book club is Unlimited Potential Insight. And this is what we are going to share, all the learnings that we had in the last, and it was almost around 400 people attended, and it was a kind of live interaction with polls and everything. So all the data that we will give you, it's a real data, not that we are picking it from somewhere. The real last week's data that we collected from everyone, right? So let's go ahead and invite our guest here, and one by one, and start discussing on how to make better decisions, right? I'm sure this is going to really help you out, because we all are, particularly in this phase, in COVID times, in all these challenging times, it's even become more important to decide right? It's not easy to decide right? So let's invite our guests today, and then we'll take their views on decision making. Let me invite Anchit on the screen. Hey Anchit, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hello, everyone. So, myself, Anchit. I'm currently in Chandigarh and having 12 plus years of experience in IT industry. Basically, I'm from Himachal Pradesh, and it's a very nice state, very green state. I
Beautiful.
love to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
a
that's all.
beautiful place. Yeah, I've been there so many times.
Yeah, it's a very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Let me invite Vartika on the screen. Hey, Vartika, how are you?
Thank you, Vineet. I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. Why don't you introduce yourself, Vartika?
Sure, sure. So, hi friends, I'm back again. Myself, Vartika, and I have total 13 years of IT experience, and I belong to a small town in UP, Lakhimpur Kheri. And my passion and my hobbies are reading books and spreading positivity around, as I'm here in this panel discussion for the same. And welcome all. We'll have a very fruitful and very powerful discussion today, and it is really going to help you out in your life. Thank you. Over to you,
Amazing,
Vineet.
amazing. So let me invite Suresh next. Hey, Suresh, how are you?
Yeah, hi Vineet. I'm fine, thank you. Hope you are well. So let
Yes,
me.
yeah, go ahead,
So
Suresh.
yeah, myself Suresh, and currently in Bangalore, and around 13 years of IT experience. Currently working as lead engineer, one of the banking company. So my hobbies are traveling and reading books, especially like learning with the new technologies, cope up and enhancing my skills according to the current industry. And I should thankful to Vineet and Sindhu to make me to join this potential impact group, and I will definitely like enrich my skills, and I will have a full confidence to talk about so this panel discussions. And so I will make find I mean I will follow the my passion to to be here. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, Suresh. Good to hear from you. And let us then invite Sindhu. Hey, Sindhu, how are you?
Hi, sir. Good morning. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning. So go ahead, Sindhu. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure, sir. Hi, everyone. My name is Sindhu. I'm from Bangalore. I'm working in banking domain. I do have a 10 plus year of experience, and I'm married. My hobbies are I love to read book and bit cooking and talking too much and making too many friends. So
Amazing.
that's
That's something great, right? We generally in our jobs we don't like to talk much, but you are the change of right. So it's very important to talk too much and connect with people and all. So you always bring that energy, Sindhu, for that reason. And now we have Jayanth. Last but not the least, here is Jayanth. Jayanth, go
Hey
ahead and
Vineet,
introduce. Hi,
good
Jayanth.
morning. Hey
Morning.
everyone. Hi everyone, I'm Jayanth. I'm from Bangalore. I have over 8 years of experience as a software engineer. I've been part of this amazing book club and then this community for the last 5 months. And my hobbies include reading, as everyone said, reading. Like I also read a lot, and then also I'm into personality development, and public speaking. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, great. Good to have you guys here. And let's start with the discussion. Decision making, right? Why do we need decision making, right? Let's start with that, right? How decisions are exactly made, and right. I'm sure many of the people who are watching us, they'll say, "I'm anyway deciding something, right? I'm deciding by default, and everything is already happening, right? Why do I need to learn decision making?" Let's talk about this. So, who want to talk
Yeah.
on this? How decisions are made? Yeah,
I can take that,
yeah,
Vineet.
go ahead.
So I mean, as you said, like everyone, most of them think that okay, it's already been decided. We'll do this. We're already like going in this stream. Let's not change something. But then everything, even if you're staying in the default, that means you're not taking a decision. That means taking a decision or not taking a decision. This all stems from something. And then again, like this was something Vijay was talking about in our peak impact mentorship workshop last week. And one of the things that came out was like there are two things that actually makes us take a decision or not take a decision. That is like pain or inspiration. So you either take a decision based on inspiration or based on pain, in the past pain in your life. And again, the same thing, when you decide not to take a decision, it's basically mostly out of the pain you felt after we take a decision. And then or if you're like you're saying that okay, I don't want to do this anymore, kind of thing. And these are the things like these are things that makes us take decide on something. And for me personally, the latest one, the most recent one, has been joining this book club and then the PIM community. And and then yeah, so the at that point of time when I joined this book club, there, there were some things that was good, that were going in my life. So I would say that it was based mostly out of pain. And then again, like it turned into inspiration at this point. Like I want to become a better version of myself. So I think it's been a good decision so far. So there are so many other instances in my life, but I let others add their examples as well.
Awesome, awesome, very nice. Anchit, you want to add something?
Yeah, sure. So, like Jen said, taking decisions, and we all have a very uh, in our life we have taken various decisions, and some are like painful, some are happy decisions. Like for myself, like coming to Chandigarh in the 10th class with a non-medical stream, although maths was a week, is a tough decision for me. Got some failure here's, and then I went to hometown, pull up my socks, and then I got an admission in engineering college, nailed it, and then from that point of time I am in IT industry. So how this happens, like when I came to the Chandigarh for the non-medical stream, I was very happy. It's a new change for my life, but the new change took me over. I get overwhelmed with this new change. Then I got some failures. Then my family helped me in my decision making, that how I need to go with the rest of the part of my life, how I need to go to the engineering college. There was a lot of pain. There was some like a little bit of humiliation in eyes of others as well. So mainly I think that whenever we have this decision making point, the pain takes a very much important part in taking decisions. So this pain, we need to remember that. And if this is your pain is a pattern that helps in you taking a decision at that particular time of a life when you are low and down, then this same pattern will help you taking decision in future as well. So we need to remember it. And all this pain can help you in taking good decision in your next life as well.
Awesome. So pain is good, right? The pain is not bad.
Yeah.
So you can actually leverage that pain, that hurt, to convert yourself, transform yourself to something else. Amazing, amazing. Anyone else want to add something?
Actually, I would just say that we need in our lives, if there is no pain, there is no gain. That's the bitter truth of life. And I think it's just the ratio is 80% people make decisions driven by their pain only. Only 20% are that much inspired in their lives that, yeah, I have to do this, I have to do that, and I have to become something big in my life. But 80% are driven through pain only, or your bitter lessons in life. So I think yes, Jayanth and Anchit nicely covered their experiences, and I also believe that when there is no pain, there is no gain.
Amazing. Yeah, that's a great thought. And
And yeah,
yeah,
and I would also like to discuss or share my thoughts about. There was one very eye-opening Niagara Falls syndrome, which Mr. Bijay talked in last workshop, and it was something which can be easily related to anybody's life. Actually, what is this Niagara Falls syndrome is like? Whenever Mr. Bijay quoted it like that observe the panoramic view of the waterfall. The water is moving very slowly, 500 meters away from the fall. And just 20 centimeters before the fall, water starts moving very fast, and only 5 centimeters before, it is exceptionally high speed. So that was something he told that the lesson which he got from it was that most of people live their life like a Niagara Fall. We would agree to that, because when life is going good, we are just coasting. We just don't care, damn care that anything bad can happen or anything shocking can happen in our lives, and we just go with the flow. But then all of a sudden, when something challenging comes into our life, we are not able to cope up with that, or we are not able to handle it, and now we want to fix that immediately. Whatever damage has been done, and whatever bad lesson we are getting, we want to fix it immediately, and during that fall, nothing can be fixed. So it was something very eye opening that you should be that much enlightened to make decisions, to take decisions at the right point of time, rather than waiting for getting into that sort of challenge where you are not able to make a decision, or you are not able to fix anything at that particular moment of time. So that was something really good, and I was able to relate to it on my personal thoughts also, because sometimes in my life, I was in a very confused state of mind, and I did not took decision on right time, and then when after a few years, when challenges came suddenly, I was not able to fix it, but that was my learning from that. Over to you, Vinny.
amazing, amazing, very nice, very nice. And I think somewhere this was really powerful concept of Niagara Fall, right? And we just relate it with big falls, right? But the way it got connected with our life, that was amazing. Great. Anyone else want to add anything to this?
Yeah, yes, Vinit. I wanted to add to the both, like regarding
Awesome.
like Niagara receipt. I mean, most of the lives, like so, as like Vinny said in the last session, the decisions comes in the two ways, whether like out of pain, out of inspiration. So probably like so in a childhood and especially like in our education. So when our decisions on our decisions taken by our parents, sometimes it leads into, so those decisions will be the inspiration and pains. Though that point of time it would be the impression when you transform into like your young age, that could be, I mean, you might feel like either that is a pain or the I mean that is a good decision or bad decision when you are in a position to evaluate. So sometimes like we feel like that is a good decision when the things are all good, but when you see like when you compare with ourselves, and when you compare, look at like why I have chosen that college. So and also like Vijay said, like, so you have been there is the philosophy like so in the change of behavioral change, rather than like how I have to choose in, I have to go to office, I have studied, rather than that like if you think that like I have chosen to go to office, I have chosen to study, so that time which impact us like a behavioral change a lot. So now whether wherever we are like in the current positions, so we are in the right position to think whether that decision, whether it has come from out of inspiration or out of pain. So and keeping that like all the old decisions, and how we can bring more brighter and some more value by coping with the new things and new thoughts. So as like, and moreover like and one more thing I wanted to add here is, so I mean, as like Vijay said, like the decisions which we have taken out of pain will lead to into negative things and negative thoughts. So that's where like we need to be little bit cautious whenever we take in our decision part. So we should be always be as I mean side in the out of inspiration rather than like out of pain. Over
Amazing.
to you.
Very nice thought. So somewhere I think if we wait for the pain, the chances are that we might actually be in a situation where we are not able to take decisions correctly. Am I my voice is clear? Looks like there's I'm
The
getting
voice is clear. The video got stuck for a
video
bit.
is getting stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I think now it should be fine. Yeah. So I think that's very amazing. And Niagara Fall actually reminds me of a joke. I don't know if you have heard about this. So there was many Indian ladies actually went to Niagara Falls, and the guide says, "I welcome you all to the Niagara Falls." So these are the world's largest waterfalls, and the sound intensity of the waterfall is so high, even 20 supersonic planes passing by cannot be heard. So such a great, amazing amount of noise that is coming from the Niagara Falls. And then suddenly he turns towards the Indian ladies and says, "Now I request all Indian ladies to keep quiet so that we can hear the Niagara Falls." so, so
Good
the,
joke.
that's what it reminds me of this joke.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sindhu, you want to add something?
Uh, no, sir. Regarding the second poll, I just want to add few points.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That's it.
Okay, as everyone mentioned their decisions, like when we taken the decision, what was your personality at the time? It's a quite interesting, and it's yes, absolutely we can agree that. Then when we taken the decisions, what is our personality? The polling was quite interesting. Like the given, my personality was below average, and my personality was not enough for the dream I made. And the third one is I'm not sure about my personality about I never thought but I was not confident to be succeed. But maximum people are voted in the third option because the people does not know what is their personality. So it was an 55 percentage people are agree this point. So it's quite interesting, sir.
Awesome. Very nice, Sindhu. Anyone else want to add on this? What Sindhu said?
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead. So if anyone is adding, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So basically, to add to what Sindhu said, right? When we are making any decision, when we are making dreaming or listing out or a dream or decision to do something in the future, we all think that okay, I'm not ready to do this. Basically, okay, I won't be able to achieve this. But then there was one point that Vijay said in the last workshop, that he said that our whatever we dream should not match our personality, but our dream should enhance our personality as in when we go. So we should always dream big and then change our personality and then grow our personality so that like we can achieve that dream. Otherwise, we'll always be stuck in like when we make when we decide to do something, it will always be in our present personality. Okay, at this point of time, I'm like an introvert. This is something like I cannot go and do a public speaking, or I cannot start my YouTube channel, something like that. So that is something most people do. But then like when you dream big, and then change your personality, work on changing your personality, you will be able to achieve anything.
Awesome, very nice. That's very nice. Yeah, anyone want to go ahead?
Yeah.
So basically, I think he was also talking on this particularly on how we make decisions, right? And as you guys said, right, one of the situation is, of course, we are in pain sometimes, right? During those times, we make an tendency is that we might go wrong at that time, right? But then comes around how exactly we were at that time, right? And the question was, the poll was, I was amazed with the poll, right? When it was asked to identify your potential, and 55% said that they were not confident, right? They were not sure of what they're doing, right? Anyone want to share your thoughts on this as well?
Yeah, sure. I can add to that. So sometimes, like whenever we have want to take decisions, so in our mind we thought that we need to take decision and we need to do this, but then we got scared with the consequences, and maybe like if we take this much step, what others will think, and will I be like making 100% perfect decision on this, and all those thoughts start coming to our mind. But in my personal experience, I have seen that once we need to take a decision, it's better to get like something noted down. Whenever we need to do something, take a decision, note it down, and got all the points. When we push our brain to take a decision in a particular way and get to know that, okay, this will be helpful, this will not be helpful, but will be the consequences. If the consequences are there, then how I can tackle those. If someone is saying something to me, then how can I update them that the decision that I have made is correct. When you started noting all these things on the paper for the decisions, then all these things come into the mind that, okay, the decision you are taking is correct. And first of all, for all this decision taking, we do not need to be scared with our decisions, and we always need to evaluate our intentions when we need to take decision, and forget about others that who will say anything about your decision.
Exactly. Very nice. And I remember, I think on the same line, Vijay, when he said that statistics are bullshit, right? You can't just go with stats are saying. You just got to think about your past and say, okay, that is where I'll make my decision, right? And that's where he says that your present personality will never match your decision. If you try to match your present personality with the decision, somewhere it's very hard to grow, right? Whatever decisions you will take, you will always think you'll have to work a lot. You'll have to work hard a lot to reach to that level, and that's where it's going to be a better decision. If it matches to your decision, your personality, somewhere its decision is very small. I'm a technical lead today, I want to become senior technical lead. You can easily do that. But I'm a technical lead, I want to become CEO, I want to become entrepreneur. That's a big decision. And of course, you'll have to change accordingly. Jayanth, you want to say something?
So I was telling the same thing. Another thing was like the statistics, right? Like I said, like most of them say, okay, what is the percentage of success in something, and then decide on that. I mean, basically, you should be always looking at what is the percentage of success for me. Like it's always like, okay, whether I'll be able to succeed or not. It's only about your own success, because your success will depend on how much effort you put in, how much you are willing to change, how much you are willing to work on it, and everything, right? So it does not matter like whether it is 70% statistics says it's 70% success, or 90% success, or 5% success. If you're working like 100% on it, like it's 100% success for you. So it's always like,
it's like Roger Bannister syndrome, right? So basically, if Roger Bannister had thought that no one can actually go below 4 minutes for a mile, no, actually people were thinking that humans' capability is not to go beyond this, right? We can only run 1 mile in 4 minutes, and he broke that record, and after that everyone started breaking that record, right? So somewhere that mental barrier has to be removed. Amazing, very nice thought. Suresh,
just to add to Jayanth points here, like regarding like stats, how we see the stats and take it that impact our decision making system. So rather like Vijay was telling, like so normally like as a whenever we are taking decisions, so we listen to nearby people, whether you can you have the, I mean, we have this capacity you cannot do, and we can do this and we can't do that. So rather than that, like don't go by the stats and go by like with your capacity so normally like we always evaluate ourselves with intensity, but society evaluate with the result. So that was one of the some main point that he brought. Yeah. So normally like the decisions also, so normally we take the decisions without our intention, without knowing our capability. So that's where like we have to be like think behind like what we have the capacity when we are dreaming about, and change your personality according to the your dream.
Amazing,
Ac-
amazing. Yeah,
Actually, I would just like to add what Suresh and Jayanth already told, that we need, if we want to be a better version or if we want to achieve something in our lives, firstly we'll have to visualize it rather than always visualizing negative or something which is backfooting us. It is better to visualize something better, something big, and you should already feel like that you are already at that level, or you have already become that part of your dream. So that is something which will always push you, that is something which will always magnetically push you to make a decision and to move forward. Because if we are not able to visualize something, we will never be able to take that decision. So that
amazing.
visualization part is also very very important. And yes, statistics are generally surveys which are only applicable for that point of time. They should not be taken as an example, as in history, to be followed for entire life, or I mean, I think it does not suit, or it does not fits for everybody. It can vary as per person's scenarios, person's personalities, person's dreams, person's visions. So it should not be something which should act as a mental barrier for us.
Right, right, right. And as in Vijay's words, stop believing the lies, right? Stop believing the lies that people say to you, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So, yeah, anyone else want to add on this before we move to the last part? Okay. All right. I think the last thing that we discussed was around, and I'm sure people will want to understand. We talked about how decisions are made. We talked about how
Yeah.
our personality was when we made decisions. Now the question is, how can I improve this? Right? What I can do to make better decisions, right? The one of the That's where I started. Stop believing the lies that people tell to you, that you can't do this, you can't do that, stats doesn't match. You want to
Yeah.
become something like this. See the kind of background you're coming from, the kind of education you have. You are just passed out from IGNOU. You are just passed out from this place. You are coming from such a small town. You can't be successful, right? So what exactly are the solutions around that? Let's talk about it quickly.
believe in yourself. Quick solution is believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. Your life should be your it should not be a default path which others are telling you to
Yeah.
move. It should be a design path. You should not be a defaulter, you should be a designer of your life. Take accountability of your own life, own dreams. Just do not look around that somebody will come like a god avatar and he will take you forward or take you backward, whatever. But it should be you only. Rely on yourself and your dreams and move forward.
Very nice.
And always evaluate yourself. It's your life. You have to evaluate yourself to be, achieve something in your dream.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Very nice. Anything
And
else?
also like whenever we need to take a decision, we always tend to wait and gather as much as information for that particular decision, and then we got deeply involved in that particular thoughts, that how to gather that information, and that's the wrongful path. Whenever we need to take a decision, we do not wait to get all the information that we require. We need to be a good initiator, and whenever we thought that we need to take a decision, we need to took this particular step in our life, go for it,
Exactly.
evaluate it, go for it. Don't wait for others, don't wait for anyone to push you and handhold you, but it's your life and you need to take the particular decision, and then only it will transform you, your personality.
Amazing. Very nice. That's such an important thought. Great. Anyone else?
Yeah. So just wanted to add, yeah, like, so normally, like, when we have to think, like, rather than like have to go, I mean, have to do the things, I have to choose which will change the impact. So which will make us, like, we will find a passion to follow that. So when we feel think that, like, I'm doing the work with the passions that make you to happy and be in the be in the positive side. So, and also, like, unconsciously some decisions we make and we forget them. So rather than like unconscious, so like we have to note down the decisions which we make, and we try to like think and visualize the nuances, I mean consequences, what we have taken decisions, and how it will be in the future. And towards that, like, we have to change our personality and behavioral according to that.
Amazing. Very nice,
Yeah.
Vijay.
It's like I have.
I just want to add one more thing.
I
Go ahead.
choose.
Go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead.
So in the sessions, Vijay sir mentioned that your dream will transfer to your personality. So you have to be, transfer your personality as your dream, then you will achieve in your goal. That's a very
Exactly.
powerful point which he mentioned in the sessions. Yeah.
Amazing. So you don't have to think too much. Your dream will change your personality, right? Your dream will transform your personality. And I think what
Yeah.
even Anchit mentioned around somewhere, you can't gather all the facts and then you start, right? You have to start from somewhere. And gradually, you can keep on. So it's like when I'm going from Delhi, coming from Delhi to Bangalore, I can't see the whole path, right? I just see the airport. I just see the cab, right? From there, I'll start. Then I go to the next step. Then I go to the next step. I'll take a good example today, Suresh, right? It's he has just attended last session, right? And I just asked him, "Can you do you want to be part of this panel discussion?" And he was confused and told me that Vinith, I'm a bit scared. That is the first time, but he took that step, right? And if he would have gone through all the details, what we are going to say, what how people will behave, what exactly is happen, then probably he would have got scared by that thought itself. But he said, "Okay, let me start." He came there and a couple of issues happened, some technical issues happened, but then he's here, right? That's a great example, live example of how we don't have to think too much, right? Amazing, amazing, very nice. Vartika, you were adding something, Vartika Jain.
Yeah, I was just saying, Vineet, what Sindhu was mentioning and Suresh was mentioning, that there is a big, huge difference between I have to and I choose to. When you have to do something in your life, definitely that is out of your, what should I say? That is, there is a push that in I have to, there is a push inside it that yes, you are not willing sometimes to do or make this decision, but you are bound to make this decision. When you talk about I choose to itself carries a lot of passion and lot of positivity inside, where you are accountable and you are making decision, or you are choosing on your own whatever you want to choose, whatever path you want to take for your life. So
Amazing.
there's a lot of difference between that. Even in decision making, I have to make a decision. Rather than that, how beautiful it looks. I choose to make this decision.
Right,
So
I have to go to job and change it to I choose to go to
Change
job.
the vocabulary.
It's so important,
Yeah.
right? But I
I
have to
chose
Vocabulary change.
I
Yeah.
chose to go to
you have
job.
challenges, you will think of so many else. Let's say you're not happy in your job, right? Then you do something else, right? But if you are not happy and you have this option, then be happy in the job. Somewhere, the moment you start thinking that I chosen this path, most of the time we think that it's a default path, and that's where all our energies goes down, right? Amazing, Vartika. Very, very nice point added. Yeah.
Yeah. When you start thinking that I choose to, right, you start evaluating, okay, why did I choose this path? And then, like, as you said, like it might be job, it might be something else, right? Like you start thinking, okay, this is the thing I've chosen. So I need to see whether this is the right thing for me, or do I need to do something else? But if you would like say I have to, you're just stuck. As I said, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And then people usually make the decisions based on, like Vijay talked about something called difference between happiness and fulfillment. Like people usually they just make decisions based on their happiness. Okay, this makes me happy, I will do this. But then the decisions you should be looking at is like whether it will fulfill you in the future, like in the long run, like whether it makes you grow, and if it makes you live a significant life. All these things you need to be looking at when you're actually making a decision.
Amazing, amazing. So there's a fight between short-term happiness, short-term pleasure,
Yeah.
compared to long-term fulfillment, right? And
Yeah.
of course, If any day, if you understand this, you will want to go for that long term, and whatever struggle it takes in the current moment, will be happily taking those struggles. Amazing, amazing.
I think
And I
I
think, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
go
we
ahead.
need with fulfillment, happiness automatically enters. If you are
Exactly.
feeling fulfilled in your life or anything, happiness will automatically come. So
Exactly. So
rather than
fulfillment is long-term happiness, right? And the short-term pleasure is short-term happiness, right? You're right. Fulfillment is nothing but a long-term happiness. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, yeah,
And I also want to add here to
yeah.
Jayanth points like the taking decision on the basis of the fulfillment and happiness. Like sometimes we also take decision that when they are interesting. Like I need to buy
Yeah.
something to play Netflix. I need to buy a TV to play Netflix because it is interesting to watch Netflix and everything. But interesting decision will only do the helpful when they are those things are interesting in your life. But good decisions and very that decision that will take you to a bigger perspective of yourself needs commitment.
Exactly.
And like we need to transform ourselves. We need to do exercise on a daily basis. For example,
Yeah,
exercise requires
definitely.
commitment.
Yeah,
Exercise requires commitment. We need to make a better version of ourselves in like a technical point. We need to go through books. If we need to go to like a public speaking, we need to go to the public speaking forums. How we can improve ourselves, that requires commitment. So good decisions in your life that can transform your personality, that can give you happiness, requires a lot of commitment, and we need to be prepared for that.
amazing, amazing. And that's a great example of health, right? For example, our country is a nation of sweets, right? Mysore pak and jalebis and whatnot, right? So that's a short-term happiness, right? Like let's say I'm trying to lose my weight. Now I'll have to, as Anchit gave that amazing example, right? You have to exercise somehow. You have to make sure, and that's where your struggle will define you, right? When
Yeah.
I lost my almost 9-10 kgs last year, exactly that was the problem, right? I used to eat sweets like anything, and then I started asking Sunanda to let stop that all these tweets and everything, right? And that transformed me. So that struggle is always there, right? For fulfillment you will always struggle for some time, but that will give you the long term happiness. It's not easy, but short term gratification we can always do. Okay, Mysore pak is there, give me, I'll eat it. Okay, laddu is there, okay, I'll eat it. So all those are short term happiness but long term guilt, right? So why not to convert it from happiness to fulfillment? Amazing, amazing example, Anchit. I think that clarifies it even more. Amazing. I think we're already there. So just wanted to understand from you about this platform, how PIM is helping you, how book club is helping you, and any last message that you want to give, and then we'll just wrap this up. Yeah. Anyone want to go ahead on that?
Yeah, sure, I can. So,
Yeah, Anchit.
in PIM personality is PIM is changing my personality a lot. I like into PIM this part of um, like the all of the PIM journey from past 1 year, and I have seen a lot of difference in me in taking the decision in relationship, how to be good in like other parts of life, in leadership skills as well, and decision makings in public speaking. So this PIM journey is very helpful for me in transforming my life, and it's like uh, whenever we need to transform ourselves, we think that okay, if someone has a better experience, can guide us to go to our better version of ourselves, then the PIM is the right place for me that I have experienced. And um, Vijay sir is always helping us in making all these decisions to us, and helping us in all phases of life. So it's a very nice place to be in PIN.
Amazing. Very nice. Very nice.
I would like
And
to also add.
yeah,
I
go,
want to add.
I
yeah,
would like to also add to it. I think I started my journey with PIM and book club from last 7 or 8 months, and it has been a transformational journey for me as well, because I can see the difference now. How do I speak and what do I speak? Actually, it's not just how do I speak; it's more of what do I speak along with how do I speak. So it's a mix of both. So I can see that I am getting a lot of life transformational content from PIM sessions by Vijay sir, because he is always sharing his own life experiences, which are very motivating and very adding up into my life. And then when we do discussions in this book club and panel discussions, as we are doing this now, it is helping me out in how to speak in a public forum, what to speak in a public forum. So definitely it is transforming my personality, and I am day to day basis, I am becoming a better version of myself, rather being the content which I am speaking, rather being the confidence which I am gaining. So it will be helping me out everywhere, in every phase of my life, either my job, how to deal with people, either my personal life, how to deal with my spouse or my family members, and maybe in public forum, how to deal with all sort of people. So
Yeah,
definitely these three things are adding a lot of value to my life: PIM sessions, book club sessions, and these panel discussions which we do. So thank you so much for that.
amazing, amazing, Vartika. And I was witness to that yesterday when Vartika didn't have time from her office, and still she made sure that she's going live even at the night. And I saw that she was going live at 11, so she had this commitment that I am going to go live, and she went live. So I don't think generally we do that, right? The moment we are part of this platform, it actually helps us in that. Yeah, Sindhu, go ahead.
Yes, sir. About my journey in the PIM sessions, each and every week I'm learning the new skill. So, to comparing with me in the last 5 months back to now, I'm able to see the changes in myself only. So, apart from the book club, every week's our friends and means our circles are sharing their own experience, and I'm also going to share something. Exactly, I'm learning every week. So, I'm proudly say that I joined a very good community to improve my personality, and I'm able to achieve my goals. So
Amazing,
that's
very
it,
nice.
sir.
Good to hear that, Sindhu. I can see that changes that are happening in you. Amazing. Yeah, Jayanth, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so I think Vartika, Sindhu, and Anchit have already added a lot of things. So I've been part of this book club and the PIM community for like last 5 months. I would like to say I also have seen those changes happening with me, like the way I'm speaking in public, or where I'm speaking, where I'm thinking, or where I'm gaining confidence and all those things. Along with that, I would like to add that the book club, where the books I'm reading, and then what I'm learning from those books, it's actually helping my mindset as well, like how I am at all times, basically how I'm changing my mindset to actually think that, okay, I want to grow myself, kind of thing. So that's something that I've seen, that change happening in the last 5 months, which was not there before in my life.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Very nice. And yeah, again, I'm a great witness to what is happening to Jay. And so I still remember 6 months back when we met on Facebook, the kind of guy he was and the kind of guy he is today. So that really inspires me. That is really motivates me how we can actually change each other's life, how this platform can completely transform. I know the kind of challenges he is going through, but still he is so positive, and he's doing all his best, and has started rather inspiring so many other people. Amazing. I think all of us, Anchit, Jayanth, Vartika, Sindhu, looks like Suresh had some connectivity issues, so he got disconnected. But it was such a nice discussion, such an amazing discussion, such a profound discussion. I'm sure everyone will get so many great points, useful, practical points. Right? We have so many points on YouTube and everywhere, but when it comes from real people like us, I'm sure it connects with people who are around us, right? So I'm sure today people will learn how to make better decisions, and next week on Saturday 9 p.m., so it's only day after tomorrow, we are going to talk on what are the steps to take that right decision. We talked about the challenges with the decision making, our personalities issues, right? How do we fix that? But what are the 4 5 steps, exact steps that can actually help us in taking the right decision? So guys, be with us on 9. You can connect with any one of us, and take the link to connect to PIM workshop that is going to happen on 9 p.m. Saturday, right? And keep sending your messages, your comments. If you have learned from something from here, it's always good to show your gratitude. If you've learned something, why not to say that? So many times I think, sir, I keep following you, but I say I never saw that you followed me, no comment, nothing. Oh yeah, I just forget to put any comment, right? So how would people know that you have learned something, right? Or you have gotten something from Anchit, Jayanth, Vartika, Sindhu, right? So put your comments, put your feedbacks, right? And do let us know if you want to hear anything else. So with that, anyone want to add something, or is just a noise? It's just a noise, right? So all right, with that, have a great day. Have a great remaining day. It's just a morning. We already did so many things, exercises, and after this panel discussion. So I'm sure you will have a great day today. Take care and see you again. Bye.
Bye bye.